going to ask you a lot about business, and I'm also going to ask you about you, sir. Some personal questions, some
Story there, yeah.
opinions on stuff.
At my age, there's not much of a story there. When we talking to younger people, they're making India. They're making
But
India.
I
We are
would
looking
really
at them.
want to know because commentary scene in India has really emerged after you came, and so you've been like the face of it, and you still continue to be since a lot of decades. So
Yeah, we'll talk about that, Rhea. What is? I mean, I think far more thrilling at the moment is what is happening with the number of people playing this game. You
yes,
know, one of the reasons the fantasy sport is doing so well is only a certain number of people can play the game, but there's a far larger number of people
hmm.
who believe they understand the game, and in many cases they actually do, and they
Yes,
want to find out what they would have done. It's their big opportunity to say, I can understand it better than you. I'm playing a
exactly,
game against you, so I win. It's their opportunity to be part of a game and win. And that
exactly,
is why all over the world, and we're seeing the big growth in India over the last few years. All over
right,
the world, fantasy sport thrives on the principle that, yeah, you think I'm not the best center back in the world, but you know what? I know whom to pick.
exactly. Yes,
So,
sir.
so that is the principle on which it works. I mean, I love playing fantasy cricket when I have the time.
You played too?
I used to. Now because I'm actually in the game, what
Yes.
I found was happening
Okay.
was when I played in the past, when I played fantasy cricket, I you start to take a side because
Yes.
you want that particular player to do well. Now,
Yes.
suppose Amit has some other player, you
Hmm.
don't want that player to do well. So when you're working on a game, you can't have those biases built into you. So
Yes.
when you
Exactly.
actually do broadcasting on a game, you can't play because you can't let those biases come.
Yes. But apart from cricket, what other fantasy sports are you into?
I've been asking Amit to teach me about fantasy in football because cricket is such a measurable game, So
Yes.
cricket lends itself very easily to fantasy sport because it's a very easily measurable game. How many
Yes.
runs did you score? How many did I score? How many wickets did I take? What is strike rate? What is economy rate? So measurable. I've been asking Amit to tell me how do I measure a fullback's contribution to football. So maybe he can tell you. Because suppose there are four backs, two are gadda, two are good.
Huh.
गड्ढा समझते हैं गड्ढा माने ऐसे ही हाँ
Yeah. Yeah.
but all four between them keep a clean slate. The two Gadda get the same point as the two good ones, right, Amit?
Not really, and that is why
Oh,
we
okay.
need
Then you
some
can
time.
explain.
Then I can explain that sometime later to you. But
But
yes, football is much more measurable in terms of fantasy sports than cricket.
Right.
okay,
Okay.
maybe
But
that's why he keep doing because Fantasy Akhada wants to become huge in or is on the way to becoming huge in football fantasy as well.
correct.
Right.
So that's somewhere football is more measurable, but it requires a lot more thinking, and a lot. That's why the volume of people playing that goes down, and the volume of people playing cricket is much more because it's easy to measure rather than fantasy football, which takes time.
Exactly. As it is, we have a lot of cricket fans in India, so that's also
Yes, that's all. That also helps.
yes.
Yes.
So one thing I would like to ask you both is like fantasy sports is, relatively a new concept in India, but do you think it will in a way curb betting? Because I find some similarity between betting and, fantasy sports. You bet on the player you think has been doing good in the previous few matches. So do you think that will curb betting because this is a more legalized way of, showing your interest in the sport?
So
Amit
basically,
will
how?
answer because
Yeah, no,
I think that's been debated in courts a lot already,
yeah.
right?
So I can answer it very to the point. So basically, what happens, Rhea, is that fantasy sports, as explained by the Supreme Court of India and the Mohali High Court and then the Bombay High Court, actually says that why it is different from betting is because it is not just about predicting the outcome of a particular event, but
Okay.
it in fact asks you to use your skill, knowledge, understanding of the sport, and
Hmm.
understanding of the players to
Yes.
take a collective set of decisions, which is 13 in the case of fantasy sports. You take 13 decisions on a particular game and then put your money on it. So it is like a very informed, calculated, and a sophisticated choice of 13 decisions that you're making out
Right.
of the 22 decisions that you have at your hand. And hence, this does not become a game of chance and becomes a game of skill. So while it is intuitive to believe that fantasy sports, because it is legal and because it is allowed by the courts of the country and the law of the land, it people might draw conclusions and implications with regards to betting, but to look at it, and when we see the profile of people who play on our platform, it is the intuitiveness is actually very wrong. These are two different types of people and target consumers who play. Like Harsha himself is saying that, in fact, myself, when I was a kid and when we used to see Harsha play fantasy sports in Super Selector back in 2001, 2002, that is when it's not a new concept in India. Fantasy sports in India came in way back in 2001, 2002, when, people like Harsha, Navjot Singh Sidhu, Jeffrey Boycott, they used to play Super Selector on ESPN Star Sports in those days. That's when people like us picked up this concept that, what if we are not playing cricket for our country or for whatever level, we know about the sport, so we can play this game. Then an element of money came in 2011, 2012, when Dream 11 started expanding the category the way they have expanded it. So it's not a new concept. It is just a very different concept wherein you use your skill and understanding of the sport to participate in this game. Very similar, probably some people laugh when I draw this conclusion, but when you invest in a stock, what is it that you do while investing in a stock? You look at the company's balance sheet, financials, you see how it has been performing, what is the past trend, whether you expect it to go up or down, and then you eventually pick a stock, right? Based on your knowledge and your understanding of financials and the company's finances and the company's books, your decisions sometimes do well, sometimes don't do well.
Yes.
Very similar. Virat Kohli ko agar if you have to pick today in tonight's game, or say for example you want to pick Rohit Sharma in tomorrow's game, it has to do a lot with statistics and inferences rather than anything else. So that way it's good. Yes, if you were to ask me point blank, yes, it does differ from betting, and in a way it is good that it is taking people away from it. Exactly. So that is definitely there.
Exactly.
As part of my continuing education in this game, I actually spoke to some regular fantasy players, and I was taken aback by how much thought goes in. For example, they will say, RCB का गेम है ना, लेग स्पिनर को मैं तो लेग स्पिनर खिलाऊंगा मैं इस गेम में. RCB का गेम है ना, क्योंकि वो मिडिल ओवर्स में जब लेग स्पिनर आता है ना बॉलिंग करने, तो फिर वो एबी डिविलियर्स के स्टैट्स ऐसे बदल जाते हैं. अगर सीम बॉलर हो तो एबी डिविलियर्स के स्टैट्स ऐसे हैं, तो मैं मिडिल ओवर में लेग स्पिनर आएगा, मैं लेग स्पिनर को लूंगा टीम.
So coming to you, you come from an academic background. Your parents were professors, and you went to IIM. I mean, that's a big thing. So then, why did you take to commentary, and how did it all start? What was your family's reaction?
You know how many years back you're talking, no, Rita?
Yes, but I was curious to know. I was reading about your background. I was like, wow, that's a huge thing.
Times were very different then.
Yes.
That you have today, or that Amit has today, were not choices that we had in those days. So things lead to another. That's a long story in itself. We'll talk about that one day, because it's a very long story, and it's very long back as well. We're talking, I don't know how many years before you were born. So it's a very, very long story. I mean, salaries in those days, you laugh if I tell you what the salaries in those days were. We were earning 2,500 rupees a month.
Yes.
So risk perceptions are different.
Okay.
So different. Those are very different days. Those are very different days.
Right, sir. So
we're not only talking pre-internet, we're not even talking pre-liberalization. So that is part of history. We'll talk about that one day.
Okay.
It's a long story.
Did you think of playing cricket, prior to joining commentary? You have played it at university level. I know that.
Yeah. Why would I? There was no future at that time.
Okay.
The kind of families we came from, the kind of families all of us come from, it was not an option. I mean, whether you're good enough or no is a separate issue, but it isn't an option. And so we read a lot about the game.
Right, sir. So as you pointed out in a tweet of yours few days ago, you talked about multiple formats in cricket, and so there's ODI, there's test matches, there's IPL now. So do you think we should have so many formats in cricket? Do you think it pressurizes the players in any way? And do you think ODIs are relevant today?
It's for the fans to decide.
Okay.
And essentially, if you put 5 different products in the market, think of it as an FMCG company with 5 different formats. It's what sells and what people appreciate. But also, if there's a heritage product, you want to keep it going. But
yes,
it's interesting that when I wanted to know how things are going with each kind of product, I would ask my friends in the media industry, not my friends in the cricket industry.
okay.
Because people who are in the media buying industry are answerable to where they put their advertising, marketing money that is earned through sales. So they have a very good finger on the pulse of the people.
Okay.
Now there's 2 businesses, there's 2 categories of people I will ask now.
Okay.
One, I'll still ask the media buyer, but I ask people like Amit now, what is happening? Because that is a very good barometer of what is the interest level in the Aam Janta.
Yes.
So as fantasy league, fantasy cricket and fantasy football gets bigger and bigger and bigger and more people play in, it will start becoming a barometer of public perception. And Amit, I think it's already there, isn't it? It's just that you'll start getting a bigger and bigger sample size.
It's very clear that when people start enjoying fantasy sport more in the shorter format, then different shorter formats also start picking up more than the longer format. So say, for example, women's cricket, T20 format has started picking up a lot. So that basically means that whether it is men's cricket or women's cricket, T20 cricket is something that they are more interested in. But at the same time, test matches is something that they don't really enjoy because they feel that their the nature of the business is such that their money is locked in for 5 days, which they don't want to probably do. And as Harsha rightly pointed out, that TV viewing is important. Similarly, engagement with sports on fantasy sports platform is also a very good barometer in terms of understanding what the interest levels of people are. And these days, the shorter the format, the more people are inclined to play and people are inclined to watch. It also goes very similarly for the T10 cricket leagues that are becoming popular and popular. I think T10 is going to be one of the interesting formats as far as fantasy sports is concerned, and then eventually as far as sports is concerned as well.
Olympics have just wrapped up. So, and India did exceptionally well at the Olympics. We won a gold also. So, do you think cricket should have been a part of Olympics long ago? And what does it look now? What does the future look now? There have been talks about, cricket going to Olympics, as you also pointed out. So, what do you think? Are we going to see cricket in Olympics in the coming years?
We'll have to find the right format for it. Because remember, there's very few. How many countries will play it for a start? And the shortest game that we have at the moment is 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours per game. Even football gets over in 90 minutes.
Yes.
So the shortest game that we have is 3.5 hours. So they'll have to find the right format. And once that happens, we have a peculiar situation in sport, in cricket, where we have the West Indies playing, for example. The West Indies is a sporting entity. It doesn't exist anywhere else. They're all independent countries with different passports, different currencies, different exchange rates. Everything is different about them.
Right.
But only when they play for the West Indies that they come together. Now, if you're playing the Olympics, then Antigua has to have a separate team, Trinidad has to have a separate team, Barbados has to have a separate team. So there's a few issues to consider there, and you want to see if it will become popular across in countries where it hasn't yet gone to. Overall, it would seem yes, but I to be honest, I've not thought it through as much because we're still so caught in with our sport. In any case, there's 100 countries playing sport today. Do you have any idea how many people are playing in Papua New Guinea? Papua New Guinea have qualified for the playoffs of this preliminary stage of this T20 World Cup. So cricket's already been played in about 100 countries.
Yes.
as far as fantasy sports is concerned, we are planning to IPL of course is one of the biggest marquee events where we plan our activities around it. Like I said, we have been planning TV, print as well as digital activities around the next 2.5 months, where there will be a lot of IPL and T20 World Cup action that will be going on.
Right.
So we are intending to experiment with a lot of marketing communication that we will do. We've already grown 5 times since our last fundraise, which happened in March, which was just before IPL Part 1 began. And the intent is to grow even faster over the next 2 to 3 months, because this will be very critical for our future expansion plans, which we intend to do. Once the IPL gets over, Kabaddi is something that we want to integrate into our system, because PKL will be coming up in the month of November, December, and the last half of the year, the last quarter, will see a lot of Kabaddi action. And before Kabaddi actually went out of the scene because of COVID, it was India's number 2 sport very, very, very safely. It was way ahead of football in India. So Kabaddi is something that we are keen to tap into very, very aggressively. So launching Kabaddi will be again a very critical aspect for us over the next 2 months, when this whole IPL extravaganza will be going on. So for us, user acquisition to the tune of almost 5x has been seen over the last 3 to 5 months since our fundraise. And the intent is to build on the momentum that we have. So that's something that we will intend to do.
One last thing, Rhea, before I go, I've just got the 3 words he used were important: legal, scalable, and profitable. Legal came first.
Right.
So that I think is very important. The second, I would strongly advise you, just for fun, make a team for the first game.
Okay.
And then watch the game. Okay, as part of your exercise in covering. Just for fun, watch the entire MI-CSK game tomorrow evening, but make a team and watch. Aise mazak ke liye.
Okay.
If you have a sister, a brother, a parent, or anyone in the family, tell them, you make a team, I make a team.
Yes.
We're not putting any money. We're not playing on any platform.
Yeah, don't need to put any money. Nothing.
Or not play on a platform also. If you want to play on Akhada, great. But just for fun, see what difference it makes to your watching of sport.
Correct.
Okay.
And see, it's great fun. And that is the pure fun. And then after a while, you'll say, chalo yaar, let's put a stake between, or whatever. But watch the game from that point of view, and you'll see that when the required run rate starts to go to 9.5, you think, acha, 9.5 run rate, acha, mera player aana abhi baki hai, lekin usko itne hi ball baki hai, and you'll suddenly find yourself so involved in the game. So try that. Yeah?
Right, so it was a pleasure talking to you, Amit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your precious time.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Thanks.